Now, as we see the title of this topic, that it is orthogonal basis functions, we find three terms. The first one is orthogonal, second one is basis, and the third one is functions. So here we can group the terms in this particular title into two. First one is the isolated term orthogonal, and the next group will be of basis functions. Definitely we shall see what are these basis functions, but before that, knowing the orthogonality is very essential. In our previous topic, that it was 7th in the current chapter, the title it was the orthogonal and orthonormal functions. I have already made the condition for the two functions to be orthogonal to each other. So keeping in mind, the orthogonality with respect to the functions, we proceed to understand what are the basis functions. Now, if we look back to the understanding we have from the field of vector algebra, so thereupon generally referring the rectangular, also known as the Cartesian coordinate system, the unit orthogonal vectors we generally represent as I, J and K. So for symbolic representations, either we provide bar over the heads or we represent caps over the heads of those vector notations, and we say that these unit orthogonal vectors span the space R cube here. Now this implies that any vector in the vector space, geometric space R cube, can be represented by the unit vectors or the basis ijk. In the very similar fashion, here we are going to have a set of functions. The set of functions I give you. So here it is, the first one, the function we have represented u of t having the value 1, provided the time parameter t is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to capital T. So to see the symbolic representation we have made for the point 1 here, this is nothing but the step function here. So as we have the time parameter ranging for 0 to capital T, we have the constant amplitude at level 1. Next to that, we have cosine n times omega t, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on, where we have t again greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to capital T. Whereas we have the third notation of the function, which is sine of n times omega t, where we have n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on, whereas t is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to capital T. So as we have the time parameter denoted by small t, we have all these functional representations defined over the time span right from 0 to capital T. In the trigonometric representations, cosine and sine, we have omega. Omega is representing the angular frequency which can be measured in terms of radians per meter. So as we are calling the point 1, 2 and 3 to form a set of functions. So this is a set of functions spanning the functional space. We define it as generally capital L square. So set of square integrable functions here. So for the practical signals or the functions assumed to belong to this particular space defined, generally denoted by L square, the meaning is that practically any continuous type of the signal that is there existed into the interval right from 0 to capital T can be represented using the signals denoted in point 1, 2 and 3, the part of the set of functions here. So mathematically, for any general representation of the continuous type of the signal into the same interval, we have f of t belonging to this space denoted by L square. So this implies that f of t is equal to, or f of t can be expressed in terms of a suffix 0 added by a suffix 1 multiplied to cos omega t, further added by a2 multiplied by cos twice omega t, plus so on. Whereas the addition is continued with b1 times sin omega t added by b2 times sin 2 omega t added by b3 times sin 3 omega t, and so on. So practically speaking, all the smoothly varying functions that we can imagine into the interval defined for 0 to capital T will belong to the space defined as capital L square. We can also say that all the smoothly varying functions that we can imagine into the interval as discussed can be represented by the simplest equation that we have just now shown it, that f of t is equal to a0 added by a1 times cos omega t added by a2 times cos twice omega t, and so on, further added by b1 times sin omega t added by b2 times sin 2 omega t added by the addition in the same fashion. So here the number of coefficients required to represent a signal f of t will depend on how smooth and how fast our signal is varying into the range 0 to capital T. So this was all about the current topic, orthogonal basis functions. So the points number 1, 2 and 3 with respect to the step signal, cosine signal and sine signal, these are the basis functions for the functional space that we have defined, and any general signal can be represented by making the use of them. That is why we call them to be basis functions here. These are the fundamental or the basis functions. Basis is the more accepted term for discussion, as the condition of orthogonality is to be satisfied by them.